Saudi Arabia announcing ground troops, all of this, the CIA saying prepare for imminent ISIS attacks in America. I mean, this is the group they funded. Where is all this going geopolitically, Wayne?
The United Arab Emirates sending also troops to Turkey, along with the Saudis sending troops.
And Turkey's shelling heavily the Syrian government.
Yeah, and the UAE doesn't have much in the way of an army. They have foreign mercenaries that are actually led by Eric Prince, the former head of Blackwater. There's former U.S. Special Forces troops commanding these Colombians and South Africans.
Let me be clear, because you never go, you're not half-cocked. You're saying former Blackwater XZ, or whatever the name is this week, is actually going in as Merc forces. We know they've hired them, but and is actually fighting on the side of ISIS.
They're fighting in Yemen on the side of the Saudis, and it's well known that the Saudis support ISIS. And now they're going into Incirlik, which is the NATO base, where all these Saudi planes and troops are going with the Emirate troops. And the Emirates are basically foreign mercenaries working for Prince's new company called Reflex Response. And it's well known that the Saudis support ISIS. And now they're going into Incirlik, which is the NATO base, where all these Saudi planes and troops are going with the Emirate troops. And the Emirates are basically foreign mercenaries working for Prince's new company called Reflex Response, or R2, which sounds an awful lot like R2P, Responsibility to Protect, that Hillary and Samantha Power and Susan Rice came up with that got us into this mess to begin with. And here's the issue. The U.S. also has special forces in fighting for the Syrian Kurds and the Iraqi Kurds. And we could have a situation where retired special forces working for Prince and the UAE government will be shooting at current special forces troops in Syria fighting on behalf of the Syrian Kurds against ISIS. And
hold on. I didn't understand that part. I mean, I knew our special forces get really mad when they have to deliver weapons to al-Qaeda or ISIS and they threaten them, but you're saying that there are Blackwater cheap dip troops that were in the position to be fighting U.S. forces that are finally fighting al-Qaeda because of congressional heat. Wow. You talk about a synthesis of evil, a full spectrum evil. What does it signify that Prince's new group, and I actually have seen that, I'd forgotten to cover it, is involved in different parts of the Middle East at loggerheads with other factions in our government actually fighting ISIS, and also in Ukraine, to end up having mercenaries formerly from the U.S. and taken from the U.S. battling U.S. troops? I mean, are they that dishonorable that they'll actually do that? Or is there a level that these mercenaries or Eric Prince might actually stop their behavior at?
Under John Brennan, the CIA has become an active ally of ISIS, the Saudis, and the Turks. The CIA has become an active ally of ISIS, the Saudis, and the Turks. He's a Saudi file. He's
of course, the word is he converted. He converted to Islam. I mean, that's pretty much been confirmed.
Yeah, and I can almost believe that. So here we have his, and look, it was Prince was tied up with the CIA when he was running Blackwater, and they were, and Brennan was one of the architects of the torture and rendition program that Blackwater was intimately involved in. So here we have the active special forces still under the control of the Pentagon, possibly getting into a ground war in Syria with these R2 people coming in from Abu Dhabi.
Well, I'll tell you, Prince is one arrogant person who thinks he's going to get away with that. Absolutely,
and he's also affiliated with the Opus Dei movement. So, this is a little bit of Tom Clancy, Dan Brown, Da Vinci Code, and you mentioned X-Files. Throw it all in together, and that's what you got right here, just a big mess.